We move on. We move on to 1 p.m. Eastern. Los Angeles Rams at Indianapolis Colts, Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis, Indiana. Let's take a look here with this. Rams open up as 3-point favorites at -102. They're now -103. A 1 cent move to. Oh shit! What am I talking about? That's first half. Sorry, my son is not happy. He's looking for titty. He's not pleased. Let's hopefully. Can we get it? Can we get a titty in that boy's mouth? I think we just did. All right, let's stay focused here. And Rams. And often Bebsie says to me, nobody can hear your son screaming. Could they hear?
Loud and clear this time.
Okay, Rams. Cool. So Rams open up as 4-point favorites at -105. They're now -102, a 3 cent move towards the Colts, and the total is sitting at 47.5. We move over to the cash flow spot, 5,775 tickets in. On the spread already, 79% of the tickets and 88% of the cash is on the Rams. That's a lot of money for there to be no market move. In fact, a 3 cent move towards the Colts. So the books having no fear about this early money on the Rams. Then from the total, they don't have the cash posted, but 85% of the tickets are on the over. Rams opened up their season with a very impressive 34-14 home beatdown of the Bears. Stafford was excellent, 20-26, 321 yards, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Look, his wife looked great. She looked happy to be out of Detroit. He looked completely in control. We know that Stafford and Kershaw went to the same high school, and nobody else was getting pussy in that high school. Rams scored on 6 of Stafford's first 7 full drives, 375 yards of offense. Stafford became the first player with 2 touchdown passes of more than 50 yards in his debut for a new team since Ole Gross Cup for AFL's New York Titans in 1962. His 156.1 passer rating, highest in NFL history for a quarterback that had at least 20 pass attempts in his debut with a new team. Cooper Kupp was awesome. 7 receptions for 108 yards, a touchdown. Van Jefferson, Robert Woods caught touchdowns. Darrell Henderson carried the ball 60 times for 70 yards. Jalen Ramsey had 9 tackles, 2 coming for losses. Justin Hollins, 2 sacks. Aaron Donald, 1. It was very impressive. The Colts got their season off to a disappointing start, 28-16 loss at home to the Seahawks, and it cost me. It cost me. Whenever the Seahawks needed a conversion, the Colts could do nothing to stop them. Bebsie, I want you to touch on that when you hammer away here, because that caught me by surprise, and I'm not sure if it's Walden's new offense in Seattle or the confidence that Russell has with a bit of comfort on the offensive line, or is Indy's defense not nearly as good as I expected it to be? Twice, Indy failed to convert fourth down attempts in Seattle territory. Wentz did not look good. The Colts have now lost 8 straight openers with 5 different starting quarterbacks, and Wentz is 0 for 6 all time against Seattle. When I read that shit, I was like, what the fuck? Who doubles up on that fucking bet? What terrible decision-making I made on this game. Wentz ends up 25-38 for 251 yards, 2 touchdowns. He ran 4 times for 23 yards. He could get nothing going with his wide receivers, nothing. Jonathan Taylor and Nyheim Hines led the team in receiving. Combined, they went for over 100 yards. Receivers were nowhere to be found. They were without starting quarterback Xavier Rhodes with a calf injury, and T.Y. Hilton wasn't there. And I don't think T.Y. Hilton's going to come back and save the day at all. Bebsie, Rams, Colts, all this money coming in on the Rams, and the books not flinching.
You know what? I understand why the books aren't flinching, because I think, again, it's like these week 1 overreactions. Look, Rams come in hyped. They got their new quarterback. They look great. The Colts came in. They looked terrible. They had to get away from their game plan because they got down early against Seattle. Seattle played a great game. Their defense played very well early on. They kind of picked up where they left off at the end of last season. Now, the Seattle offense was dynamite in the first half of last season, and then they petered out. So, look, I don't think it's this new offensive coordinator. I think they start out hot. I think they've got a ton of talent, but I mean, these guys start getting beaten down. Russell slows down a bit; he gets hit. It's just it's too much of an overreaction right now. And I do believe I said last week that, and I can't talk shit because you had an astronomically better week than I did, but people who bet against Seattle in recent years don't do well. It's a bad team to bet against. It's Indy or pass for me here. I'm going to pass because it's Wentz that I don't trust. I think they will run the ball heavy. I think they run it early and often. This is why my Jonathan Taylor props couldn't cash, because they couldn't run the ball, or they got behind too early. So I'm still going to be looking at that Taylor Rush prop this week. I think he has a better week. And I think the Rams, excellent start, but I don't think they're going to be as dominant. I really think, just like Montgomery did, Taylor's going to be able to run on this team. It's going to be a closer game than people are expecting. And look, if the public just keeps hammering the Rams and this line keeps moving, maybe the play is to sit and wait and take Indy later this week. But I'm just going to.
It's not moving. It would already have moved.
You think?
Yes, definitely. If the 88% of the cash, to me it means that clear. And I don't want to be too clear about a situation when how many tickets we have. Sorry, that's the wrong game. We have 5,775 tickets in, but yes, clearly the market is telling me that the Colts are the play.
Yeah. Sorry, I just wanted to touch on what Michael Ervolino is saying in the chat here. Can't bet on Wentz till he shows he can actually play again. 100%. You can't. He hasn't shown he has for a while. So, yeah.
Kev Riley leaning Indy. Dennis Garcia says Indy or pass. And Crystal Warren said he didn't have enough time to throw. If they don't adjust for that, it's only going to get worse. I think they fix it though. So, the Colts. Okay, well, how bad are the Chicago Bears? Are they terrible? Are they going to be under 500 this year? Are they so bad with Dalton as quarterback, and their defense I thought looked terrible that we shouldn't buy into what the Rams did at home week one?
I just think we shouldn't buy in too much to week one. I mean, we've seen a ton of teams fire out the gates and be terrible. We've seen a ton of teams limp out the gates and be great. I just think there's an overreaction. There's some things to work out in Chicago. One of them is obviously Andy Dalton. I think, look, I said the Bears' front seven was elite a few years ago. They're not anymore, but I still think that defense is better than they played. I think the sheer excitement of Matt Stafford and that team to no longer have Jared Goff, you get fired up. But Matt Stafford's going to take some shots. That there's going to be some bumps in the road. They will come back down to earth. That's all I'm saying is there's too much stock put into week one sometimes. It's very exciting. We're all hyped up. We see one team blow another team away, and we're like, what an incredible team. They're going to win the Super Bowl. Well, it's 1 week. And you already said it, Jimmy. A Super Bowl is not won in week one.
Yeah, one game does not a season make. But I'll tell you what, Colts +4. I think I got to go back to this well that cost me $600 on week one. And so far, I think that the Bengals +3 and the Colts +4 are going to be on my card.